Yo, what's up? This is the Prof. Check this out, man. I'm tripping off the fact that, man, like, man, I'm all about, like, true hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Real, lyrical MCs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? The real shit, you know? Um, Not this, watered down, you know what I'm saying? Shit that's out here, you know what I'm saying? Confusing the young people and everything. But, um, I seen something, man. The issue, I just wanted to talk about, like, this bullshit, man, they had on TMZ talking about what one of the Migos said, like, in a song he collaborated on with another artist where he used the word queer, and they talking about he coming under fire and this that, you know what I'm saying, for using that word. And I guess like how it affects the like gay community. I'm seeing Harvey Levin, he all like in an uproar and stuff um about him using that word and stuff, and that show was crazy anyway, man. To see these sorry brothers that be on there and they be trying to like, you look, man, I guess all of y'all, like just like real conspiracy be saying, all of y'all are involved in fruity activities. You know what I'm saying? Van, Charles, all y'all, man. I ain't never seen, I mean, y'all, they be defending that dude, man, like, that's they, you know what I'm saying, they slave master or whatever, man. I mean, they say, they're trying to put up these fake fronts, these fake arguments like they opposing what he be saying, but then they be agreeing with what he be saying. I mean, Van, man, you know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes. You gotta watch dudes like that, man. I'm telling y'all right now, that, you know what I'm saying? I'll address that, like, get on that, like, at another time, really. But watch them black dudes, man, that try to act like, see, those old infiltrators that was, like, also, like, in the Black Panther Party, or, where, you know what I'm saying, them dudes that be creeping around, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you got them dudes, like, on the block, and stuff on this set. You know what I'm saying? That's acting like they down with the cause of what everybody doing, and really that fool is reporting back to motherfuckers. See that fool Van on TMZ, he one of them type of dudes like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Charles, you know what I'm saying? He just a straight up like, you know what I'm saying, corny ass, nerdy ass dude. You know what I'm saying? He ain't authentic in the first place, but you know what I'm saying? The whole thing about it, it's like, yo, talking about how, like I said, one of the Migos, they under fire for like using the word queer in a song and trying to just dust up some kind of mess just to make a story or whatever, stuff like that. Them people kill me, man. It's like this, yo. What folks really need to do from the very beginning, and really still need to get back to doing now. Look, man, don't bring them weird issues into the hip hop community. All right, leave that alone, man. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing I can understand of how and why that's going on is because, see, this the whole thing of like, when you, it's the whole thing like when you're not really real to the point where you keep your ethics, and your moral convictions, and you know what I'm saying, your spirituality, what you truthfully believe in, intact, despite money that they offering you. That's where that's what opens the floodgates to this mess happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rappers like being all about that money and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like dumb the fools, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like not like today's rappers and stuff like that. I'm talking about like the dudes that was like in hip hop, like probably like, you know what I'm saying, going back, like, you know what I'm saying, a couple of decades back. You know what I'm saying? Like when you start taking that money and to the point where you start sacrificing the integrity of the music genre and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like a thing that like black folks created, built, know the ins and outs of it, the intricacies of it, and then you're gonna let somebody else who outside of it don't know nothing about the culture or whatever. They give you the money. See, a lot of times you gotta understand, like when rich people and corporations and things of that nature, and this establishment, you know what I'm saying, the powers that be, when they invest in what you doing, and they putting their money up and stuff like that, what they actually are doing is buying into having ownership and rights to what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the mindset that they have. They don't look at it as they're just being an investor or they're being a business partner with you. See, a lot of times, like brothers, that's how they be thinking. They thinking like, oh, you believing in my vision, what I'm doing, so you know, don't give me some money to help me do that, and project that. And then some kind of way, you know what I'm saying, they pencil whip your ass, you know what I'm saying, with documents and stuff like that. Uh, um, Legal type stuff, get you in the court, and then the next thing you know, things are coming up talking about how they're part owners, or you know what I'm saying, if you don't do this or do that at a certain time within a certain time frame, time limit, or whatever, now you must uh, hand over like uh, the business that you started or created to them, or some kind of way they force you in a situation where they can buy you out or something like that. And then you like, how in the hell did all this that stuff all happens for taking the money? You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I mean, I'm just saying, hip hop. They talking about coming on the fire for different things. Man, hip hop is hip hop, man. Hip hop has always been the way it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like the rappers uh speak on subject matter, talk about things in the way that people normally, especially in the hood, where are people from backgrounds and areas and environment that hip hop was spawned off of. That's the culture, and so you know what I'm saying. I used to be trying to tell people it's like this, man. When Nas was saying hip hop is dead and came out with that album, he was speaking on it. It's like that. I said that don't have nothing to do with rap music. I said what he's talking about, what he's defining is the culture. You know what I'm saying? See, y'all because of greed for money, and if you remember, if you read your Bible, remember God said the greed for money is the root of all evil and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You start taking all that money, man. Them people that's giving you that money, all that money and stuff like that. Somebody just come out the woodwork and say, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Here's $10 million. I want you to take this and stuff like that. And keep doing what you're doing and stuff and blah blah blah. And I just want to do this and I want to put your records out and I want to blah." You know what I'm saying? Like, um, um, a lot of rappers, going way back to like, the early '80s, spoke on, you know, um, this um, government that basically governs this country, the establishment, and the things that it does to the poor people. I'm talking about the real, truthfully poor people. I ain't talking about no damn. He's killing me, man. Like a lot of people fall for the okey doke. Middle class people who grew up in homes, went to nice schools, lived in middle class neighborhoods, and then now they sit up here like you look at people like in the last like probably I don't know, man, maybe decade, a little more than a decade ago, maybe like probably like 2 decades ago, something like that. So people that grew up in environments like that, they can look at themselves as being poor. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I guess they looking at it like, oh, because we didn't live in a 4 or 5 bedroom house and have 4 or 5 cars outside. We had two, because we didn't go to the most prestigious schools, even though we went to good schools, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of made us look like we were living like some kind of meager existence and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, overall, the best thing I could tell people, anybody, man, it's not what to think, but as long as you do think. And stop letting people define every damn thing and you just following what they say. Because remember, you're supposed to be a leader, not a follower. But that's what everybody's doing. Y'all following all these people painting these false narratives about a lot of various different things, and y'all just going with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let TMZ and what they say on there, man, the news, nobody, man. Don't let them define your thoughts. Think for yourself, man. That's the best thing that I could tell you. Think for yourself. But this whole mess here, man, talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't like all this mumble rapping mess. I know what's real. You know what I'm saying? I've always been down with real, true hip hop lyrics, man. That's what it's all about. But the whole thing, I just have to say that this whole thing, though, saying that dude, you know what I'm saying, from Migos, like trying to call not they trying to put that homophobic thing on them. See the agenda, see the issues that they push, man. See how they do it? Y'all gotta look how they do it, man. That ain't even that serious like that, man. The TMZ sucks. And you know Harvey Levin does. And I think Charles and Van, both of them suck too. And you know what they suck. You know what I'm saying? And that's why they all down together. I think everybody up in there is sucking.